It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. Tech for Senior Live. We are live, and this is August the 4th. It is a great sunny Thursday here in Comox, British Columbia. We have a great group of people today. We're going to have a fun hour. We're going to start out by some introductions. Then we're going to talk a little bit about some cloud storage. And what the topic today is going to be is, what is your cloud storage? Do you use cloud storage? And if so, what do you use? And we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to move on and review the news. So this is what we do at Tech for Senior, and we're going to have some fun and drink some coffee, right? So hopefully everyone's got their coffee, tea, or whatever they're going to drink. Huey just raced back. He got out of the car, had to go to the bathroom, and got in the studio about 2 minutes before the show started. So he's still huffing and puffing. So yeah, don't have a heart attack. Don't. Anyway,
spend too much money, can't afford a heart attack.
There you go. So yes, we'll introduce everybody. But we're a gang from Tech for Senior Live is a gang of seniors who we have a lot of fun. We have a big show on Monday, and that's our main show, which you're certainly welcome to come. It's a Zoom meeting, and we broadcast that out to Facebook. This meeting is actually YouTube. Yes. Yeah. And this meeting is, of course, we use StreamYard, and we broadcast that out to YouTube and Facebook. So if you're over there on our Zoom meeting, for the Monday show, we're not there. So if I see some people have already logged in, if you're there, we're not there. We won't be there till Monday. So come on over to our YouTube or our Facebook feeds, and you can get that on our webpage, which is, let me just put this up for you. This is www.techforsenior.com. If you go there, you can see there's a link. Click the link there, big red button, and it'll bring you over to our live stream. If you want to follow on with some of the articles that we're going to be talking about today, this is the Facebook page where we post all our articles, and this is what we'll be following today. Now, this is the question that we hope you can answer, because the other thing is we have a live audience. We have people out there listening to us. I think we don't know. We could just be, we could be just sitting here talking to each other, right? We have no idea who is out there. So the only way we know, if you could put something in the chat and say, hi, I'm here, or where you're from, or what we'd really like to talk about is, what cloud storage do you use? If you could put that in, that would be great. We're going to be talking about the big deal this week. The big news article was Amazon cloud storage is going away. We're going to talk about that. But before I do that, I want to introduce everybody. I have, of course, there's 3 other people in the studio today. Now, as you look at us on the screen, you may think we're all sitting in the studio together, but we're not. We're not even in the same country, right? So we're all over the world. And but because we are good friends. We have met. We've been doing this, doing our show for over 3 years now. Um, we meet we meet twice a week actually, because we meet our Monday and Thursday show. So let me introduce Huey Poplock, my co-host on the Monday show. Huey is, of course, from Bradenton, Florida, right, Huey?
That's where I'm from. That's where I'm at, anyway.
You're quite sure now. You're settled down. You got here on time.
You know what I had to do today is I'm a poll worker, and we've got an election, a primary election coming up in 2 weeks, and so I had to go to training for 3 hours this morning.
Right.
And luckily, it's only 10 minutes from where I live. So, and they let us out about 20 minutes early. It gave me enough time to get in the house and rush in and get ready. And here I am. But I got to switch gears now. I'm the amazing thing, and I've been a poll worker. I think this is the 3rd year. We use iPads to check people in.
Oh,
and the software is all done with iPads, and we look up, and it's all connected to the central elections office. And so anybody that's registered is in there. We just put in a couple letters of their name, and it pops up. There's a barcode on the back of their, if they use the driver's license or the state ID as their ID, it reads the barcode and brings up all the information. All they have to do is sign in. We give them a ballot, and they're ready. They're good to go. It really is slick how they have it set up.
Now, you've done this for 3 years. And I know you were on training last year at the same time, same place, but do they change very much each year? Isn't it the same stuff?
No, but I think they're going to be, they alluded to the fact that they're probably going to get new iPads sometime in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
And then the software will probably change as well.
Right. All right. And also next up is, of course, our security guru, the star of this Monday show. Well, I guess I better not say star, because I might get somebody gets upset, but the security guru, the man of all talents, the man who produces tons of videos on YouTube, the man who is an expert on many, many things. We have Bob Gostisha from Los Lunas, New Mexico. Yes, that's you,
me?
Bob. Yes, that's you I'm talking about.
No, thank you. I thought you were introducing somebody new.
Yeah.
Not Lost Lunas, but Los Lunas.
Los Lunas.
Thank you.
Los Lunas. Well, actually, Meadow Lake, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Meadow Lake's the community. And
that's right.
Actually, this week, 2 days ago, right at the park, I'm a vice president in a nonprofit, and we have a park. Somebody decided they were going to go over the fence to get into the park.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, right. A little bit of excitement. So this Saturday, the day after tomorrow, that's what some of us will be doing, is putting the poles and the stuff back in, and hopefully putting some more barriers up there. This is the 5th time this has happened. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of money, and a nonprofit never has any money. So,
yeah.
But that was the excitement here at home.
All right. And of course, our Ray Baxter is here, and Ray is a famous person in his own right. He is a music historical buff, I guess I'll call, but he's a smart guy who knows a lot about things, a lot about computers, music, everything. He is our music director on our Monday show. He's a big part of the show. Everyone comes to listen to his great music. He chooses different music tracks and does a historical note on each track each week. And he also is an all-around nice guy, right? So that is Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona. Ray, you're muted, so you better unmute yourself. You better unmute yourself there. I don't know if I can.
Here we go.
There you go.
I just didn't want to work for a while there.
So and this is Ray Baxter.
Hey, thank you for that, again, that wonderful introduction. Like Bob, who's he talking about? Yeah, I love doing the music every Monday, and the biggest challenge I always have is trying to find something that at least most of the people will like. So I'd like to think I'm pretty eclectic with my contributions.
You do a wonderful job. And I just wanted to remind people, if you sign up to the newsletter, www.techforsenior.com, then each Saturday when the newsletter comes out, Ray's or actually it'd be it's on, no, sorry, on Tuesday is Ray's articles are on Tuesday, and you can we have a playlist, and all the music that Ray does is put onto this playlist. And if you copy the playlist over to YouTube, then you'll find all his music. You listen for days and days of all the music that he's done in the past. That's pretty cool. I use it all the time. Oh, by the way, I got to tell everybody, I got my new Pixel Buds.
You finally got them.
I got my new Pixel Buds Pro came today. And last night I was sitting in my lazy boy chair listening to your music, right? I was listening to the playlist, and I was listening to I was going on, and I think, man, these are great. And I had noise canceling on, and my wife came into the room, and I couldn't see her. I started to open my eyes, and there she was, and she was talking, and no voice was coming out of her mouth. It was Bob and I were talking about this earlier, and he did the same thing. It's really weird. She was standing there talking to me 2 feet away, and I could not hear her, but her mouth was going. It's like, where did the voice go? I thought I might have had a stroke, And so, it was a bit scary. It was a little bit scary. The noise cancellation on these things is really incredible, eh? Bob's got a pair as well, and it's pretty cool. I thought, oh, this is a little scary. I thought I was having a stroke. So, anyway, listen, Huey, have we got anyone listening?
Yeah, we got a bunch of people have commented already. Let's take a look.
Maureen says, good morning. Overcast day in Victoria. Pat, good morning from Louisiana. Richard Clarkson from Monrovia, California, not Canada. Michael Swift, 15 inches cloudy in Saanich. Yes, it's cloudy. Kathleen Steed, Manhattan, Yorkville section. Welcome, Kathleen. Steve Powell, Kirkland, 61 degrees. Welcome, Steve. Mike Ungerman, present, good vibes. Mike, of course, is a regular contributor on our Monday show. He's doing a great job on his solar panels. It's a series we're running on our Monday show. Usually once a month, we'll be inserting a segment he's doing. And I guess I can spill the beans on this, Mike, but he's agreed to do a bunch of segments on EV cars and in vehicles. So we're looking forward to that coming up. So Mike's doing a great job, and thanks so much, Mike.
And he doesn't have to go out and buy them.
No, he owns them. He owns them. That's right. That's right. Mike says PC Cloud is my cloud store. Okay, PC Cloud, right. Okay, good. Thanks, Mike. Joan Grieg, good morning from cool Victoria. Yes, isn't it nice, Joan? It's a bit cooler out now. It was hot last week. Wow. Steve, Winthrop, Washington. I use Google Drive too, expecting 88 degrees for a high. Yes, Google Drive's popular. We'll talk about that today. Clark Walker, 90 degrees humid in Trenton, New Jersey. I use OneDrive primarily. Yep, I like OneDrive. OneDrive's great. That's a Microsoft product. Kathleen Steed says, I ended up clicking something that took me out of the show. I had to scroll down and down and down on Tech for Senior page where I found the right place to reconnect.
Oh, we're glad you did.
Yes, thank you. Irving, good afternoon.
Isn't there a button at the top that says live?
I'm not sure how she's looking at it. You can look at it from different feeds. It depends whether she's on our Facebook, the Facebook page, or the YouTube. Depends where you're looking. We're in the studio, so our views are different, right? So Irving says, good afternoon from Ottawa. We are getting the long-awaited rain. Hey, that's good news. Murray says, if I registered for a Chromebook session earlier, do I need to register again for today's show? No.
Well, no, Murray, there is no show today.
Yeah. Murray, today's show was last week. Today's show was last week. But, learning Chromebooks, as you know, is on our website or on our well, it's on our website, and it's on our YouTube channel, so you can watch the show from last week. So, Huey, maybe we should just mention to everybody, this is a good time about, we actually have on our Learning Chromebooks, Huey and I do a Learning Chromebook session once a month, and we've been doing it now for 2 years, right? And the next one, I can't remember. When is it?
It's the fourth. It's the fourth Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be the 25th. I guess August the 25th will be the next one. And he and I do those, and it's fun, and we've been doing them for 2 years. So you can go to our webpage and sign up there. It is a Zoom meeting, and you do need to sign. It's free, but you need to sign up and register. And we'll send
once
you.
Once you're registered for the
Correct.
for them until we have to change the link.
That's right. There you go. So, Clark Walker, Huey, I am a poll worker in New Jersey. Sounds like we use a similar system. One neat thing is that if a person shows up at the wrong poll, we can send to their phone directions to the correct polling place.
Ours is we can't send them directions to their phone, but we allow them to take a picture, and a map comes up on our machine and directions, and then they can just take a picture of it on using their phone and then go from there.
By us, you can vote in any poll place within the county because it all shows up on one computer if you're registered. So it doesn't matter what poll you go to.
Right. Kathleen says, what are the people trying to get into?
That's Bob.
Sorry, what is there that they want to remove the fence?
That was to Bob.
No, this was somebody driving 120 miles an hour down a dirt road and realizing the road ends at our property line. And when he realized that the road ends, stepped on the brakes and just kept right on a going.
And took out your front entranceway.
No, thank God our entrance is set to the side, but we have poles, and we also have a barrier that he came up on, and it went right up on top of the fence itself and the poles that hold up the fence.
Right.
So that car was actually sitting up like this.
But
and then the wrecker started to pull him down, and along with it took down the poles. So we have to reset everything.
But the fella had
he was not trying to get in.
No, he had no driver's license.
He just couldn't turn the corner.
Yeah, but he had no driver's license, no insurance.
Nope.
And likely the car was
probably a stolen car. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, it was an SUV, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice.
Yep,
SUV.
It was.
Yeah.
That's not the one that you normally go racing around in.
Well, but you step on the gas, it will go fast.
Richard says 72 right now, but it's going to go to 91. Yes, it's going to get hot. Murray says, okay, you talked about it being later today, so I thought I had somehow missed it. The link is August 25th, and I have registered. Great, so we'll see you then. Mike says, good morning. On my Pixel 3a locked up with the recent screen not responsive. After plugging in the charger, it dialed the emergency number 911, and the police called me totally unexpected. Oopsie. Jolin's here. Great. Jolin's is, of course, she's at the Hilton Head Island Computer Club. Jolin's a good friend of ours. She's been on the show many times. She is a tireless tech worker. She is the tech of all techs, and she does amazing work for seniors. So if you're at the Hilton Head Computer Club in that area, drop in and see her. So she does great work. All right. So listen, we got to get moving here. I want to talk to everybody about the article that came out today, this week. And I'm just going to read it here so that you can, it says, you probably forgot the article. Actually, why don't I just share my screen here? Just a minute here. Let me just share my screen. And you can see this. And this is the article. I'll read it so you don't have, but the article came out. It said Amazon is killing Amazon Drive. You probably forgot that Amazon once offered a OneDrive competitor, but the service is called Amazon Drive. Is ending next year so Amazon can focus on its consumer cloud storage offerings on photo and personal videos. Over the last 11 years, Amazon Drive has served as a secure cloud storage service for Amazon customers to back up their files on Amazon email to customer notes. On December 31st, 2023, we will no longer support Amazon Drive to more fully focus our efforts on photos, video storage with Amazon Photos. We will continue to provide customers the ability to safely back up and share, organize their photos on Amazon Photos. Customers who still use Amazon Drive, which I believe was once called Amazon Cloud Drive, based on this 2015 write-up, will need to download their files from Amazon Drive website before December 31st, 2023. The service will work normally until January 31st, 2023. So, when I told everyone we were going to talk about this article today, everyone said, and Huey sent a list of the 42 cloud services he used, and it said, "Gee, I don't think I use Amazon Drive. I've never heard of it." And of course, everyone I've talked to said, "I don't even know they had an Amazon Drive." So probably because there's half a dozen people using it, they decided to stop it, right? So I guess it really is it's a sort of a nothing story. I don't know. What do you guys think, Huey?
Well, let me share something with everybody here.
Sure, go ahead.
Share my screen. Hope I got the right one here. There we go. And I click that, and then click this. This is what I have. I don't have 42. I found a list of some that one of the newsletters reviewed over the last years, but I checked and I don't have an Amazon Drive account, and I don't have any pictures on Amazon Photos, which a lot of people do. But I do have Box.com, which I set up in 2012, and I have 10 gigabytes of it free. Dropbox I set up in something's covering it on my 2011. I'm using almost all of it. They give you 2 gigabytes free, and I have a free account. But at one time when they were first starting, that if you recommended somebody and they signed up, you got extra. Or if you did move some pictures into it, you got extra. And so I have a little over 16 gigabytes of storage. And I see I'm down to not much free. And but I've got a bunch of stuff there. I share. I was on a shared with other groups that I'm no longer a part of, so I can probably turn my sharing off of those and give myself some more space. I use something called A Drive that I've used since 2012. I'm only, and I discovered I've been paying $25 a year since then, and I probably don't need to have anything out there at all. So I'm probably going to cancel that. iDrive I use for backup. I set it up in 2015, and I get 5 gigabytes for $80 a year. The first year they only charge $8 a year if you want to try it, and I back up every night, anything new or anything that's changed. I have an iPad and I had an iPhone, so I do have an iCloud account. I get 5 gigabytes free, and I only have 613 megabytes free. I do have Google Drive. I have 2 accounts of Google Drive. I pay $20 a year for each of them to get 100 gigabytes, and I got 15 gigabytes free in one account, and that's all I'm using on the other account. And then OneDrive, I get let's see, I've got 5 gigabytes free, and I get a terabyte of storage, and I got 138 gigabytes used of the 1 terabyte on the other account. So it's there's a lot of cloud stuff out there of mine, and I don't pay extra money for it, but it certainly gives me some backups.
One of the things I think that's important for everyone to know, now I think all of us four use Google. We use Google Photos, which of course is very popular, and we know a lot about because of course we always have we pal around with Chris and Jim Gould, and Chris of course is the expert on Google Photos, so we know Google Photos really well because she's taught us well. But one of the things that we happened, I think it was a year ago, or Google changed the way in which Google Photos always used to be free, unlimited, and with they changed that so you have a limited amount that you can store, and then you have to pay. Now it's a small amount that you pay for increased storage, but the thing that's important for you to know, because there are a bunch of people jumped ship and went over to Amazon Drive to store their photos, which is fine. But if you decide to suddenly stop paying for your Amazon Prime account, which is not insignificant, then if you want to have your photos still up on their drive, it's almost as much as paying for an Amazon Prime account, right? It's not so it's a long-term process. If you go down that rabbit hole and you move everything over to Amazon Drive, and you say, I'm not going to use Google Photos, which the storage is cheap. I mean, it's really, really cheap. You're going to be locked in. As long as you always have a Prime account, then it's fine. But if you ever decide to stop your Prime, then not such a good thing. You're going to be paying a lot of money. Bob, do you have any comments? What do you use?
I use P Cloud, and that gives me 500 gigs. And that's a one-time charge. It's paid for.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yep. And of course, I have OneDrive because I have the 365 account, so I really don't need any more than what's there. I have 2 Pixel phones, so my Google Drive got a whole bunch of storage up there that I don't have to pay for as long as I have a Pixel.
Right.
Google Photos also is affected if you have a Pixel, because you don't have to lessen the.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, I have. There's probably a whole bunch of the other ones out there that when they came out, I signed up for them. Do I use them? No. And as far as Amazon goes, yes, I have an Amazon Drive. There's nothing on there that's not backed up somewhere else.
Right.
And the main part to remember is that when that closes, it doesn't affect any photos that you have stored, because your Amazon photos are totally separate from that Amazon Drive.
Right. And Ray, have you got any comments or anything? What do you use for do you have online? Do you use online storage?
I am one of the few then that has been using the Amazon Drive for music almost from the beginning.
Really?
They allowed at one time, and then they stopped it. They allowed you to upload your own collection. I like my own collection better than somebody else's opinion. So I uploaded, and I don't know how many songs. I've tried to find out how many different song files I have there. It must be 40,000 that are on my Amazon Cloud account. And I use that. I have the app on my phone. If I want to play some songs that I don't have with me, I use that. So I'm a little disappointed that they're actually doing away with it. I don't have to worry about losing them. I have them backed up. Yes, I use OneDrive. I've never liked the way it organizes. It seems, in my case, maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's different from the way I have it organized on my computer. They create new file names that for me that I don't have. So I still do most of my backups with external hard drives. I like that very much. I have complete control. It's at my beck and call right away. So while I use it, I probably don't use it nearly as much as you guys.
Now,
well, also you do your Plex. You've also done you've given lots of talks as well on Plex server, and you do it that way as well, eh?
Right. My Plex server is in the house. I have a total of 16 terabytes of storage ability, and I've converted almost all of my home movies and I've converted all my theatrical movies that were on either Blu-ray or DVD. All of my music is on the Plex server. And what I've done now is I've stopped collecting audio files, and my focus is now building up music video files.
Okay.
Now,
Great.
Amazon Cloud is different from AWS. Is that correct?
Right. Well, Amazon Web Services, so just as long as people understand this, AWS has been around, well, since I guess the start of Amazon. And I read an article about 5 or 6 years ago, and Amazon Web Services was made more money than Amazon merchandising off their web. It's big.
Yeah.
Like they're a major player in cloud storage around the world. And at one time, Apple and Google were both buying big chunks of storage from Amazon Web Services. So AWS is big. I think
Yep.
the reason that the drive part of it's going away is just nobody ever used it. I just don't think the numbers are so small probably that it's just not worth it. I would think that's it. Eh? It's not because they're not busy or they don't have a big service.
Most of it's photos anyway and videos.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully, when they reorganize that part of it, they'll increase the amount of storage that you can have for videos. Right now, that's just 5 gigs, which is
Right.
peanuts.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to. Oh, Huey, have we got any more comments before we
Yep.
start looking at the article?
We got a donation from Mike Daniels, and I can't figure out how to make it appear.
Really, Michael Davis? Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Michael.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. But
Oh, I see. Only able to watch the end of the show. Okay.
Yeah, but he donated $10 to us.
Oh, thank you so
Here
much.
it is.
Michael.
There it is. I found it. There it is.
There we go. Excellent. Yes, thanks so much, Michael. That's it helps pay the bills. Michael and I and we're all good friends with Michael. We know him very well. We are often on his show and he's on our show. So that's great. And thanks so much for being here. Murray says, I just started using Amazon Drive. Well, good for you. It's going away. What is Pixel? Oh,
I
Pixel
think
Buds Pro. These
It's
are the
buds,
these are-
not box. Yeah.
these are the earbuds. These are the ones that fit in your. These are called Pixel Buds Pro, and these are these little devices here that fit in your ear, right? And they fit in your ear, and then you can use. You can listen to your you should listen to music or songs or whatever you're listening to through the earbuds.
What I think is great about what they do with these small pods, because they're so tiny. How do you? Well, you keep them in the box, and then you can charge them by plugging in the box. Which
Right.
Great idea.
Right. Mike says, I got an email from Amazon saying I'd lose my data and to retrieve it. I can't access from any PC. Requires an Amazon store app on my phone, which I'm not going to install. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, so what? It's probably I must have it set up when I had an Amazon Fire tablet, but no longer use it for sure. And that's the same with me, because we used to teach Amazon Fire tablet courses. Gail and I, my wife, we taught it for a number of years and we set it up then. So, but there's nothing on there that I really want. I'll just let it go. Michael Swift, I use OneDrive, some docs, Google Drive, docs, pictures, other stuff, Amazon Prime, photo backup. I only pay for Amazon Prime, right? Richard Clarkson, I wanted to. Oh, isn't that nice? Thanks for the donation, Richard. Richard's a great guy. Thanks so much, Richard. We do appreciate that very much. Yes, indeed. Thanks so much. Murray, is there something weird with chat? After Michael Daniels, I could not enter anything till I restarted it. No, I think chat's working fine. I think chat's just fine. P Cloud is $175 for 500 gigabytes lifetime.
Correct.
There you go. There you
Get
go. So
another
when
donation too.
yeah, so if you're 19 years old, it's a good time to buy it, right? Not if you're 92. I don't think so. Not a good idea. All right, listen, we got to get doing.
You
We got
got
to
another donation too that you should acknowledge.
Richard. I thought.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just did.
We just did that one.
Yeah, we just did that one.
And
Ah.
for the Amazon Drive, you can access it directly through a website. Just do a search for Amazon Drive and you log in on your Amazon Drive on the website.
Oh, okay. So
Any browser,
you don't need
any
an app.
browser. You don't have to app. You don't need an app. Just go to it from the web, from
All
within
right.
your browser.
That's true of, I think, almost all of the
Yep.
cloud storage. You can use, some of them have apps, but you can use,
Yep.
you can go to it directly from your browser as well.
All right, let me bring this up and see if we get it fairly big. And again, remember now we're going to come over and go through some of the articles today that we've put up here. If you want to come over onto our Facebook page and just look at you don't have to log in. They don't want anything. It's just a website. Just go over there to this address. You can follow along directly on our Facebook page.
Just make sure you open it on a separate tab. Don't open it. Oh, well, no, that doesn't apply to the people listening. But you don't want to open it in whatever you're watching us on, because then we'll disappear.
All right, so let's start with the articles. We're going to go through them. I'm going to come down. This didn't actually publish very well, but Bob, you got the first one here. Winamp. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Well, most people should remember Winamp. It's been around forever. And then for a while it faded. Nobody did any updates. They've now done updates on it. So Winamp is back. And it's primarily for playing music. It isn't for videos. This is strictly designed for MP3s.
Okay.
It's a player.
It's a player, correct.
All right. So I just put this up. What does everybody think? You all have the new Gmail look. What do you think? Do you like it?
I don't really pay attention to that left side that much. So
No,
it's
not
there.
that, I'm not talking. I didn't put it up because of the left panel view. This week there was, I don't know if you guys, but I got the big new change in the Gmail. You know, it's got the rounded corners, different colors, and it's a new Gmail look. What do you got? Did you guys get that? Did everyone get it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you like it?
Eh,
Make any difference? What do you think?
Called eye candy.
If you're if you're listening out there, let me know what you think. Do you like the new? I think it looks cool. It's a bit refreshing, a bit of a color difference. I think it looks a little more snazzy. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Ray? Any
I
comments?
use Outlook as my client. I
Okay.
rarely go in via the browser.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let us know out there what you think of the new Gmail look. I thought it was sort of cool. And I wanted to. This was an article that came up this morning, and I know that we talk about Chrome OS Flex a lot in our Learning Chromebook series, but I just wanted to. This was another article that came out saying how easy it was and how much fun they've had with it, and you can take an old computer and make it into a Chromebook. And Huey's got a great video out about how to do this. And it's been you've had a lot of views on it, haven't you, Huey?
Yeah, about 7,000.
Yeah. So if you have an old Chromebook or an old laptop sitting around, a Windows laptop, this is a good article to have a look, and it'll tell you how to make a Chromebook out of it rather than taking it to recycling.
Yeah, I was going to try to do something with my Chromebook that's out of date, and I started looking at how to do it. You have to open up the case and unscrew something that's on the motherboard that protects the operating system, and then put it back together and hope that you're able to wipe and put on Flex. So I gave up, said, nope, I'm not even going to try it.
But normally for a Windows PC, it's fine.
For Windows or a Mac machine, it should be, in most cases, should work.
Should work well.
And you can try it from the thumb drive or the USB drive first, if you can boot from that drive, because it does make a bootable operating system for you.
There you go. This is Android. This is an article on, and it's actually a video on Android 13, review of Android 13, which of course is coming out soon. Has anyone got it? I haven't got it yet on my Pixel. Have you,
No,
Bob,
no.
have you got it? Have you
Nope.
got it yet? No.
I don't
Nope.
think it's been released yet.
Yeah, but it's coming.
Pixel, I'm not doing betas.
Right.
I'm sticking with the released version.
And
And
it
that's
wouldn't
up-
have to be new phones. Most of the phones don't take more than 1 or 2 upgrades.
Right.
Pixel's the exception to the rule.
Right.
Okay.
Android 13, very stable. I watched the video. There's a few little things that are changing, but basically it's the super stable version of Android 12. So sounds good. It sounds great. I think it should be good, and I'm looking forward to it coming up. Then this is an article that came out this morning, everything we should know about the Pixel Watch. And this actually this is actually from Tom's Guide, which is pretty good, reputable stuff.
Very good.
But I watched the whole video, and we really don't know a lot. So it's a great article about nothing.
Yeah, a lot of these articles talk about what they think is coming or what they've heard,
right.
and they guess. And I get to the point where a lot of them I don't pay a lot of attention to until it's actually released, and then I'll look at the reviews and the articles about them. I know
It's
Bob
like-
likes to do a lot of the beta testing and play with it.
It's like most headlines, designed to make you pay attention. And when you get there, you find out, oh, this is not anything that's currently available.
This is called clickbait.
Mhm.
Right. That's right. That's right. Right. That's exactly what it is. Now, having said that, though, the one thing that is out of this is we're pretty sure, almost 100% sure, it will be announced in October along with the Pixel 7 when it comes out. So it is coming, and lots of interesting things may occur with that. The other thing, I know I was going to show everybody this. This was a great article. I'm just going to bring it up. This was everything you need to know about Apple certified or refurbished products. This was if you are considering buying an Apple device, you may want to go to the little known site on Apple here and click on this link called Apple Certified Refurbished Products. And it's amazing. I was really interested in this article because these are all, of course, sold right from Apple, and you can get some pretty big discounts. Now, refurbished is mostly when people have returned items. Maybe they didn't like the color, there's not enough RAM, or whatever. They're not sort of used for months or years and sent back to Apple. These are brand new, and then they're refurbished, recertified, and given a full 1-year warranty with Apple, and the return policy. All the warranty and return policies are fine, and you can often save 15-20% on buying an Apple product. So if you are considering purchasing an Apple product, then I think this would be have a look at this article and read it. It's people forget. I think people forget, and that's sold right from Apple.
Yeah, I bought my iPad as a refurbished from Apple itself and got the warranty, and it was several years ago, and it's still running fine.
Yeah.
Ron, you mentioned that they give you a year warranty. That's exceptional because almost every other place where you buy refurbished, it's only 90-day warranty.
Yeah, it's a 1-year warranty. They put, I think they put a new, if the hard drive is being used, they completely put a new hard drive, new battery in. They make that thing as new as possible, and then they send it out to you. And if you don't like it, you send it back. There's a return policy on it and everything. So it is, and it's right from Apple, so you're getting it. So I just wanted to remind everybody, because it's not, people don't often look at that site, and so it is a good way to save some money if you're looking at buying an Apple product. And the other one that I know that do you guys use Duo?
Yep.
So Duo is developing a different Google meets Duo meets. Well, anyway, they're play of words, but
yes.
Just let everybody know that the branding of the Duo icon will be more into meat, and some of the menus in Duo will sort of make it look more like meat, but it is staying as Duo. So
Actually, meat is taking over, and we'll have a combination of the two, including Duo. We
right.
did a video on this thing some months ago
Oh, did
when
you?
it was first announced. Yep.
Okay. Then we have new this week was Samsung and iFixit launch repair program. So if you've dropped your Samsung phone, your new S22, and you've cracked the screen, you can get it fixed at iFixit now.
Yeah, and the
So
other big thing on this thing, Ron, is that a Samsung phone, when you send it in to be fixed, you actually have a setting in there where you can lock them out from all
right.
your
Oh yeah,
data.
that's right. Yeah. That's cool, eh?
Yep. So they'll get to do the repairs, but they won't be able to look at anything that's yours.
Exactly. That's really a good idea. Ray, space junk.
Yes. You know what? Believe it or not, it's been 75 years since the first satellite went in, and basically Sputnik.
Mhm.
Hard to believe. And actually 65 years ago with Sputnik. Now they say there's about 5,000 satellites in orbit. And I think there may even be more than that. And many of them are not actually working. So there was called the Summit for Space Sustainability. It was held in London back in June, and they're discussing this problem of dead satellites. Now, no laws govern what happens in space yet. So this link will take you to a 4.5-minute video that explains how this problem is being addressed. And as I looked at this, all I could think of was last week, this 25-ton Chinese satellite came crashing down to the Earth. Fortunately, since most of the Earth is water covered, it landed in the ocean off of the Philippines. But one of these days, it's going to land in a major metropolitan area. So I think this is an issue that governments need to take more focus on.
Yeah, one of Elon Musk's either satellite or rocket or something crashed in somebody's yard, and there was an article about that recently this past week as well.
I posted that. That's one of the ones we're going to come to.
Yeah,
and it actually was a farmer in New Zealand, and the Starlink part of the satellite came down into his field. Didn't kill any cows, but it's you're right, Ray. This is going to be when this starts falling from the sky.
That's one way to get free satellite service, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
you get it in your backyard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now this is interesting, Ray. You said free 4K TV. I love this. What's this all about?
Well, for the past 2 decades, 2 decades ago, we switched from having to have an antenna, or as my dad used to call it, an aerial on the roof in order to pull in regular VHF channels, and they went digital, and that's been available. So if you live close enough to an area, which I don't, you could get broadcast channels on your home TV for free. They're now upgrading that particular system to allow, and it's called Next Gen TV, and they're going to broadcast local channels in 4K and what's called HDR, which is high dynamic range, for free. All you're going to need to do this is a special antenna and to receive what's called ATSC 3.0. But these antennas are under $20 at Walmart, so this is not really an issue. So for those of you that live close enough to these stations, and if you want to find out, if you go to this web link here, they'll be able to tell you the status for your location. Yeah,
the ATSC is a new format that the stations have to switch to, and it's slowly rolling out. I think Arizona has a couple of cities.
Phoenix is already in effect, and Tucson is on the board to go very shortly.
Yeah, so you got to check and see if it's even going to be available in your area and when.
But I think it's great that free 4K, trend. That's pretty special.
It is, yeah. I'm excited. That looks good. And then Ray says a nuclear power rebound. What's
Well, those of us are old enough to remember 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and how
Mhm.
devastating those accidents were. And that basically had society move away from nuclear power. Nobody wanted to touch it for fear of the danger those kind of accidents would cause. This article goes on to state, and I'm going to quote from the article right now. It says, now with new technology and the need to fight climate change, nuclear energy is getting a second shot at becoming a prominent part of the global energy grid. That's because nuclear energy generation does not create any of the dangerous greenhouse gas emissions that cause climate change. So everyone agrees this is the way to go as long as it's done with the utmost safety.
all right? Excellent. Thanks for those articles, Ray. Bob, amusement park virtual Zoom background.
There's actually a couple of them that you'll find. This
Yeah.
is amusement park. Then there's one for a swamp with a bird that flies through, and there's a swamp
And their videos.
with an alligator. Yeah. Well, these are all videos, but if you download them, the MP4 is what you use. They're all very short videos, and that's what you use for virtual backgrounds in Zoom or any of the other services that allow a virtual background.
Excellent. Thanks. That looks interesting. Is there sound with them?
No. Virtual backgrounds don't have sound.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ah,
You're
interesting.
the sound.
Yeah, you're the sound, right?
You
Oh, by
really
the way,
don't want competition, do you?
there you go. Oh, by the way, here, are there anybody? Are people still listening to us? Do we have
Yeah,
any comment?
Murray had mentioned about P Cloud being $175 for 500 gigabytes, and
Yep.
Mike said they had a sale recently for 2 terabyte lifetime for just a little bit more.
Mhm. Richard says I don't have new Gmail yet. Okay. Murray Strom, I don't see anything different with Gmail. It'll just be the color. It'll be the way it looks. It's not going to be anything super different. Nothing different on my Gmail. Okay. It's
And
coming.
that's slowly being rolled out.
Yeah.
Right. Eventually, I'll get Android 13, but it won't be the same as for Pixel phones. I have a Samsung phone. Right. But the Samsungs, they'll update. Android 13 is expected to be released in September soon. Yes.
And this is the last one.
Richard says Duo doesn't look any different today than it has since I got it. Again, they're slowly rolling that out.
Yep.
So it'll be changing. I just got the Gmail this week. Probably I think it was Tuesday. It changed overnight, and it was I like the looks of it. I think it's sort of cool.
Yeah, one more just came in.
What's that? Mike says ATSC3 requires new tuners or set-top boxes.
I think he's right there. Some kind of adapter will be forthcoming.
Or he says a new TV. Yes.
I wonder if Mike just bought a great big TV, expensive one. I wonder if it has it built in.
Oh, really? He just bought a new TV, did he?
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yep.
He had one for about 10 years.
Radio
the updates for your Chrome, or I'm sorry, for your phone also depends on the carrier you're with.
That's right.
Because unless it's a Pixel phone, you get it directly from Google. But if you're tied to a carrier, it's up to the carrier when they push out that update.
Yep.
That is so true. So, does everyone remember the first PC Radio Shack had? Do you remember Radio Shack?
I also commented on this. That was my second computer.
Did you have one?
Yes, I had TRS-80. That was my second computer after a Commodore PET and before my Osborne 1. And the reason I sold it was it didn't have floppy disks. And I couldn't imagine how you could just use one floppy drive. So I figured I had to get 2 of them, and they were $500 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to cost me $1,000. So I said, well, for a little bit more than that, I can buy an Osborne with 2 floppies built in. So that's what I did.
So you should have kept it. You should have kept it, Huey,
Yeah,
because it would be
yeah.
worth a lot of money today. That's yeah, interesting. Eh?
Yeah, and I think I had an expansion box for mine, and I went from I think it was 4K of memory, K of memory to 8K of memory.
Wow.
This is an article that I put in, and it's very interesting. I've been talking about this for a number of years, and is of course 5G and how fast it's going to be. And in Toronto now, Bell just released 8 GB symmetrical upload and download. 8 GB up and 8 GB down is part of their 5G. Now this is just limited. It's probably running on the millimeter wave in downtown Toronto, but it is 8 GB up and 8 GB down.
Hmm.
Ron,
So yep,
I'd be happy with 8 MB.
I know. Well, I was thinking about you, Bob, when I was reading this. I was thinking about you, and I guess the point that I'm making here, and the reason I put this up, was that you know, I guess Starlink, for one thing, we always thought, a lot of people thought it would be the saving grace for everybody and everything, but it isn't, and it won't be in the future. It's going to be for people who have a hard time getting services. But really, the future in this technology is in wireless, and this is, Huey and I always are boasting about our 1 gigabit connection. Huey has fiber optic, and I have cable, and we have 1 gigabit. But this is, 8 gigabits and symmetrical. It's 8 up and 8 down. And this is just how fast and how quickly things are going to change as we move into this 5G technology. So, and many of you will say, gee, Ron, nobody uses 8 gigabits. Well, the applications likely will be written for this. You're right now, but this is a residential. This is available for everyone. This isn't a commercial service, and I thought it was very interesting. So and the other thing I think everyone needs to do is to keep looking at the services, because it's changing so fast. You may get a much better deal next month depending on what service is available. So keep looking.
I remember when people said they'd never fill up the 8 MB hard drive.
Yeah, well, I remember my first modem was 300
Out.
baud, 300 baud. You could see as somebody was sending something across, you would see each letter like it was slower than somebody
Teletype.
typing it.
Yep.
And this was an article I put up, and just how unhappy I am with my Galaxy Watch 4 and its charging. I squawk about this all the time, but the Galaxy Watch 5 will allegedly charge 45% in 30 minutes. Finally, they're going to move to a fast charging system like the Pixel Watch will have, and like my Fitbit Sense and the Apple Watch does. They all have fast charging. Oh, this is a new one. Ray, did you see this?
No.
Outlook Lite for Android brings Microsoft email app to budget phones.
Wow.
So this came out. I don't use Outlook, but I was thinking about you when I saw this article, because there's an Outlook app now. It's called Outlook Lite for Android. Brings Microsoft's email app, I guess, to budget phones that have that need don't have a lot of memory and so on and so forth. So I thought that was.
I'm going to look into that. I mean, I had a Motorola phone that only had 4 gig of memory, and I was able to get the regular Outlook app on that, and it worked fine. So I'm going to take a look and see exactly what this is focusing on.
Outlook Lite. That was pretty cool. Bob, oh, you got the same.
Yeah, well, I posted mine a little bit earlier than you did.
You
And
did.
I posted it somewhere too.
Great mind, think alike.
Yeah. Bob, night vision. What's going on here?
I posted something because people don't realize just exactly how phenomenal night vision on a cam can be. And this shows you exactly what night vision the enhancement night vision can make.
It's
It's a
unbelievable.
picture in a picture. The large picture will show you what night vision does, and the other picture, the smaller one, will show you what it's actually like. And one of them doesn't show a whole lot because it's dark outside, and the other one almost makes it look like daylight.
There you go. Huey, any comments that we need to before we wrap up?
Remember, I asked Mike if his new TV had ATSC, and what his answer was? Nope.
Oh, I guess.
Oh no!
And Richard said his first computer was a Commodore 65 with huge floppies.
64.
Yeah.
8-inch floppies in those days.
Yep.
There we go.
I had a
Listen,
big 20.
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that used a tape drive. It didn't have any no floppies.
I know. So listen, do you know that the hour has gone by? It's now top of the hour, eh? We got to say goodbye. Thank you for everyone for coming. Thank you for those people who donated today. That's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you again.
Yep, thank you. It helps pay
Yes.
the bills. And thank you again. And thanks everyone for coming and listening to us. We had a lot of fun today. It always goes by so quickly. And we'll be back same time next week. Or if you want to come and listen to us, you can come to our Monday show. Yeah. Just
With
go
those
over.
type of donations, you could give all of us a raise.
Yeah. I'll double your salary. I'll double everybody's
What
salary.
a guy. What a guy.
I know. I'm feeling
0 times 2 is how much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 times 0 is still 0, right? Anyway, so yeah, come and visit us on our Monday show. It is a Zoom meeting, and again, you can if you want to find out all the details, that's the website that you can just come over to the website and have a look at that, and we'll give you all the details on how to get to our Zoom meeting on Monday. And until then, you guys have a great week. We'll see you soon, and bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.